Hey guys, just sitting at my store, or one of the stores I supply, after a long day having one of my favorite treats. And one of my favorite treats is a McDonald's cone and a cup of coffee. It's just a perfect combination. You know, lick ice cream, sip of coffee, lick ice cream, sip of coffee. But it is also the brainchild of today's video. So, you have to forgive while I talk while I eat. I'll try not to gross you out. McDonald's cones are a funny thing. They're a couple of bucks, $1.99 in Canada. And in the summertime, they have on special for $1. It's their lost leader, and I love it. Better than a donut. But the one thing I have come to learn about McDonald's cones is that it really depends on who's making it. So, if you've been to McDonald's, they've got their ice cream array behind the counter, and, depending who's working at the time, it's one of the few things they make that is not metered. Meaning that, the size of their patties and buns and fries, they're all metered, but the cones is just whatever people squeeze out and how they squeeze it. So, depending where you go at McDonald's, I have a running joke with my son because in the summertime we drive around. It's one of the things we like to do. Is to try and find a McDonald's, and I'm not trying to be sexist here, but we try to make sure that whoever's squeezing the cone is a dude. Preferably a larger dude. Because invariably he's going to imprint what his own tastes are on what he gives us. And what I mean by that is that sometimes we'll go through the drive-thru and we'll order cones, and we get them and they're like these Dixie cup tiny little cones, and we're like, what's going on here? And just for laughs, sometimes we'll go inside and I'll ask the question, who squeezes cone? And it's always going to be a teenage girl, if it's a Dixie cone type. But then other times you get a nice big cone. Like this isn't the biggest one I've ever got, but this one's not bad. Where my store is, there's a McDonald's next door with a bunch of guys they like to eat. And so they make good cones. And really at the end of the day, and you have a choice. It's the same price, either for the Dixie cup size cone or this one, depending who's squeezing it. Because it comes down to doing your best. So here's what I mean by that. So life is full of a lot of daily choices. Some longer term, some immediate and reactionary. But the one thing that is never going to let you down is if you every choice you make that involves your participation, you choose to do your best. So, I quite actually like getting ice cream from the place beside the store here because I know I'm always going to get a cone like this. When I go in the city, it's kind of a crapshoot, although sometimes I do get lucky. Now, McDonald's really doesn't care, etc., but imagine it was a mom and pop shop selling ice cream cones. Yeah, I understand metering and all that kind of stuff. But on the flip side, Five Guys in the United States, I read one of their marketing tricks when they sell their stuff, French fries, is they put extra fries in the bag with the fries, and so a customer can see that. So that not only when the customer gets their takeout order, they get the fries that are in the container, but they see them spill into the bag. And what's the cost of potatoes? 10 cents. What's the cost of soft serve ice cream? 20 cents. The point is, it breeds goodwill. And if you think about it, when you're a kid, Think about the assignments that you had in school. And believe me, I'm guilty of the following. There are plenty of assignments that I did not do my best. You know, either squeezed by on my unusually large brain, which is code for BS'd a lot, and see what I got. Or occasionally I did my best. Now, something I found when I did my best, it was a little bit more effort, but I didn't have to worry about it. I would do what I was required of, know that I put in the effort, and your heart of hearts, you know that when you put in your best effort, you got nothing to worry about. So, I don't know. Maybe you're someone who makes something for a living. You know when you've done your best effort and you've done your shittiest effort. People had a time machine. How many times you hear about on the news where they had some software install and all of a sudden everything went to shit? It's because someone didn't do their best. And the best could have just been taking an extra couple of minutes to squeeze a little more cream in the cone. So technically, yes, a tiny bit more effort. But when all the computers in the world freeze up for 2 days, it's kind of worth it. Think about your relationships. Maybe you're a husband and your wife. Maybe your wife asks you to do something. And it may be a mundane task. Maybe something you don't want to do, but you'll do it. But maybe sometimes not with your best effort. And it could be anything from, I don't know, doing some handyman stuff around the house to, I don't know, rubbing your feet. And the dividends on the other side are immense. Ladies, us guys, we're easy. You know, all we really want is for you to give us some good loving, make us a sandwich, and tell us we're great. That's it. So, when we ask for that sandwich, instead of just putting 2 pieces of meat or a piece of meat between 2 slices of bread, you know, it's not hard to put a little more butter, a little more mayonnaise, maybe a slice of cheese, maybe a thin slice of tomato. Tell us we do a job, you know, we're awesome. And we go in for that kiss. Make sure it's a really, if there's no reason not to, why wouldn't you just be like, yeah, I'm gonna give the best kiss I can. And of course this applies to friendships. Maybe you've got a buddy who wants to spend time with you, want to go fishing or something. And it might be a little bit of a hassle trying to get things together, but your best, and maybe you miss out a little bit. Maybe you don't go as much as you should, but your best is making allotment for that so you can keep that relationship intact, because everything needs food and watering. Even a plant. How many people kill their plants? They kill their plants because they don't have something as similar as an alarm set to water them once a week. It's simply doing your best. So, the good news about this video is this cone has lasted a lot longer than it normally would. Normally by now I would have scarfed it down. But talking to you guys has caused me to enjoy it just a little bit more. But I think if you sit back, as I said, I think you've got the gist of what I'm saying. In all of your choices, you can choose to give the spindly little, like you can make the right choice and you can technically achieve the request with the Dixie Cup cone that makes people look at, like when I get the Dixie Cup cone, I'm like, oh, I sort of feel ripped off. It's like when you go to Swiss Chalet and you both order quarter chicken dinners, but the person across the table from you, their quarter chicken dinner is like the quarter chicken is twice as large as yours. Same idea. You can satisfy any request you like with just the baseline effort. But you will find that you will have less anxiety because you won't be worrying about it. You will find the quality of your connections will rise because people will appreciate you. You will find the stability of your relationships will increase dramatically. You will find the reliability in your life, whether it's in your home, your car, your just all the things that you mechanisms you need to run your life. You will find that if every decision that you are making in regard to all of the things that you've got to deal with in order to run your life, have it run efficiently, and have it run so you feel the best, and so the people around you also feel like they're doing that way, or feel like they're enjoying that same thing as well. It'll become a giant whirlwind of super satisfaction because simply you chose to do your best. Well, guys, thanks again for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. Coming into fall, American Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. That'll be exciting. So if you're enjoying my videos, keep watching them. I'm going to put a link in the end here to my playlist. If you would like me to listen to me ramble on for hours, that'd be fine. But feel free to like, comment, subscribe. You can DM me if you have any questions or want me to cover, or I can just keep coming up with zany ideas like this. I don't know. Anyway, thanks, folks. I'll talk to you again soon.